And we back here to talk about TR basketball. I promised I'd talk about them after having their successful 10-0 run in region. They asserted their dominance all throughout, and I said I would talk about them. And let's get straight into it, man. So Travelers Rest, I believe this is or 8-0 in region. Sorry, they finished 8-0 in region, but nonetheless did not lose a game and just asserted their dominance throughout. Basically, they play a lot. They were 4A last year, so they were resubmit. They were changed to 3A this year, I guess, after the population of their school went down. But they took advantage of that. They still played a lot of big schools in non-region, lost a few, won a few. So I mean, they're a strong team led by point guard Caleb Mills. But we got to talk about those extra pieces as well because it's a, like I always say, it's a team game and you can't win it if everyone's not buying in. So, this year I was able to go watch them twice so far. I watched them play Berea, which they did win, and then I also watched them play Riverside about a week ago, which they didn't end up winning that one. But I have some takeaways, and this it's fun. And I just listen. Well, basically, every time I watch TR, they move the ball. They always are moving the ball, and there's really no ISO game. It's constant movement, and I think that really confuses other teams, and they're just amount of movement and touches by each player. They do have guys that can score the ball, such as Caleb Ryder, Jacob Earl, Drew McKibben. Shout out to Nuke for being a tough nosed defender for them. So they have guys that can do the job, and they did that. They did that. Basically, when I even talked to the Travelers Rest account on Instagram, shout out to them. They even said, they have guys that can score at will, and they were just took advantage of that in region and basically won every game by plus 20 or close to it. Caleb Mills, a three-sport athlete who also just signed to North Greenville University for basketball. He does play football and baseball as well, but really just shows he can hoop, man. D2 is no easy task, and the fact that he was able to go and sign to North Greenville mid-season just shows that he can hoop. That midi pull-up, man, that midi pull-up is definitely deadly, and he's not even that tall, really. I'd say he's probably 6 foot, maybe, and he gets the job done. A leader, played with Jacob Brown, so he knows the deal. Going into their games, I mean, they did okay. So they lost by Woodmont by 3. They've played, but the fact that they've played Woodmont, Wade Hampton, Eastside. They actually beat Eastside the first time they played them. They lost the second time, but they beat Wood. They played Woodmont. They've played Berea, Pickens. They've played a lot of big schools. These are all 4As and even 5A schools, being Woodmont. So they're a 3A team, but that by no means they play like a 3A basketball team. Honestly, and I say this, I said that them and Ren would be fun to watch in playoffs. I think TR has a good chance on going far this year. And it would be no short of me saying that I think they could get to the Bilo Center or what is now the Bon Secours Wellness Arena, just going to third or even the upper state championship because they have the guys and they have the chemistry. And the main thing that they all know how to do is play their role. Like I said, Nuke, just a gritty defender and doesn't really play outside himself. And all their guys just play within their role, don't try to do too much. And they follow Coach Mills's his playing style. He has a specific playing style, and they buy in, and that's always good to see. And even though they did lose to Riverside twice while they were playing region games, that never knocked them off their course. Looking at their region here, they beat Broome by 20, beat Carolina by 30 the first time, basically, beat Chapman by 40. I mean, these scores speak it for themselves. They really knew what they were doing, and I'm not gonna fail because the TR. I know TR High School wants me to mention Carter Barbary hitting a buzzer beater against Blue Ridge in their final game last on Tuesday. And I'm not gonna fail to mention that. I personally don't know him, but hey, shout out to him, man. I believe he's a senior, so just memories like that are always special. And Riverside definitely has a core fan base, whether that be the parents or even the student section. They ride for their school. That's why I always am saying, big city or small city, big heart, because they ride for their city even if they aren't really recognized, because they are a part of Greenville County. That's what I have to remind people. They are a part of Greenville County. And even though a lot of people, they talk about East Side, Riverside, all the bigger schools in the area, they always leave out TR. And TR is they've always consistently been a good program. And I know even this video, me making it, I guarantee you won't get a bunch of views, but I just felt like they deserve their respect and they deserve their flowers, man, because they've put in work this season, and it couldn't go unrecognized. And I would be safe to say, even with guys like Caleb leaving, with the way Coach Mills coaches and the guys they have coming back, such as Jacob and Ryder, they're gonna be fine even next year. I mean, they consistently do well with the people they have, and they're never too dependent on one player. And that's where a lot of teams fall into a hole, is when they are too dependent on one player, and then the next season they might not have that player, so it ends up not going well. But the fact that they all are willing to play together, when you play together, it's always going to work better, and that's something that Travelers Rest has found an identity for. But I don't exactly know who they'll be playing in the playoffs. But that Ren game, man, or even Southside, or even Powdersville, any of that, I just want to see them play one of the teams from the other region. I know it won't be first round, I assume, just because they're kind of close in distance from each other. But that would be fun to watch. And really, that's about all I have to talk about. It's a much shorter video, but they had a incredible season, which I did not want to fail to mention. And yeah, man, they're a unit. They're a unit, and they're coming in the playoffs. Hopefully this does not jinx anything. I think they're gonna do really well regardless, and good luck to Travelers Rest in both Caleb Mills' final season. Coach Mills is his dad, so they got to go far in his final season. And best of luck to TR, a real team. And yeah, and I know they support me over there as well, so I appreciate them. But that will basically conclude this episode, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.